Hey everybody, hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be checking out Billie Eilish's EP, Don't Smile at Me. And this is from 2017. It consists of 9 songs. It's about a half hour long, so buckle up. We're going to get into it in just a second. Now, this is not my first experience with Billie. Recently, I've checked out a couple of her songs, one being Ocean Eyes, which was absolutely beautiful and haunting at the same time. And the other one was a brand new one. It was What Was I Made For off of the Barbie movie soundtrack. After releasing my 2 reactions and doing a deeper dive into her music and the structure, it's definitely left me wanting more. So I have one favor before we start, and that is if you enjoy my commentary and if you enjoy hanging out for a little bit, please consider liking and subscribing. Dude, I know it's annoying when every goddamn YouTuber says this, but it actually helps out in the algorithm and I truly appreciate it. Also, there's one comment that I get a lot, and that is that Billie sounds fantastic live. She sounds almost better live than she does on the album. Now, I've yet to check out any of her live material, but I'm sure after today's album reaction, I'm going to start digging into the live performances and start doing reactions to them. Now, the caveat to doing reactions to live performances is I like to sit down and actually enjoy the entire performance from start to finish. And 99.9% of the time, those performances do get blocked on YouTube. But if you are interested in those live performance reactions, I will be posting them on Patreon for everybody. All right, guys, let's do this thing. First song up is a song called Copycat in all caps. Let's check it out.
Don't be cautious, don't be kind. You committed, I'm your crime. Push my button anytime. You got your finger on the trigger, but your trigger finger's mine. Silver dollar, golden flame, dirty water, poison rain, perfect murder. Take your aim. I don't belong to anyone, but everybody knows my name. By the way, you've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat, tryna cut my manner. Watch your back when you can't watch mine. Copycat, tryna cut my glamour. Why so sad, but you can't have mine.
Okay, we got to talk about this first verse right here. It is definitely pensive. It is kind of brooding. It's also kind of whimsical at the same time. And we have some interesting writing here as well. Starting off by saying, don't be cautious, don't be kind. Inviting herself to some kind of attack or hate or whatever. She's also like committing to saying that she might be the same thing as this guy or this person possibly. You're committed, I'm your crime. Push my button anytime. Like she's almost begging for whatever's coming to her. And she almost wants it. I got your finger on the trigger. These are kind of disturbing lyrics. Dirty water, poison rain, perfect murder, take your aim. What the hell does any of this mean? It's making me feel a little uneasy and also kind of excited.
Call me calloused, call me cold. You're italic, I'm in bold. Call me cocky, watch your tone. You better love me, 'cause you're just a clown. By the way, you've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat, tryna cut my manner.
There's like screaming in the background.
Can't watch my copycat, tryna cut my glamour. That's all sad, but you can't have mine.
What is happening?
I would hate to see you go. Hate to be the one that told you so. You just crossed the line. You ran out of time. I'm so sorry, now you know. Sorry, I'm the one that told you so. Sorry, sorry, I'm sorry, sorry.
What an absolute wild contrast here. We're dealing with like these dark abrasive tones and such pensitivity is like building up, and these lyrics are dark and disturbing on their own, but the shift here on this second verse is like very beautiful. It's just a very strange contrast. Yeah, there it is.
You've been uninvited, 'cause all you say are all the same things I did. Copycat trying to cut my melody.
Love the accent melody.
When you can't watch my
So minimal.
copycat trying to cut my glimmer. It's so sad when you can't have mine.
I've been following along with the lyrics and I'm trying to figure out what exactly is happening, and something is leading me to believe that there's probably metaphor on metaphor that I might just not be getting on first listen. In the beginning of the song, she's talking about not being cautious and not being kind, and how she's putting her finger on the trigger and almost begging for this kind of abuse or attack in some kind of way. But there is this revolving theme of copycat, of somebody taking her style or her words or her lyrics in some kind of way. But God, man, I love the second half of this song when things get stripped away and we're just left with this delicate piano and even more delicate vocal performance from Billie. Call me callous, call me cold, you're italic, I'm in bold. I think there's a lot to unpack here. I'm gonna have to start dissecting these lyrics a little bit deeper because I think there's more to Billie's writing that meets the eye, and I want to know what the hell she's talking about. She also, I mean, she constantly is saying this person is uninvited, but she's also saying, I would hate to see you go. She seems almost undecided in where this person sits in her life. All right, there it is. What an album opener. Copycat. Jesus. Yeah, it made me feel uneasy, and it was comforting at the same time. I don't exactly know how to describe how this song made me feel. All right, next one up is I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. All one word, all lowercase, as to opposed to how Copycat was all uppercase. So dreamy.
Don't be that way. Fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say. Show, never tell, but I know you too well. Got a mood that you wish you could sell. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Told a tight dress is what makes you a whore. If I love you was a promise, would you break it? If you're honest, tell the mirror what you know she's heard before.
This is beautiful.
I don't wanna be you anymore.
So soulful.
Hands getting cold, losing feeling is getting old.
What is happening with the beat mapping?
I'm made from
Okay, I really don't want to stop this because this has such beautiful flow, and I love the way this song is coming alive, but I have to talk about what is happening with the beat mapping here because it's so strange. At first, everything seems so traditional. It has this soulful, jazzy, dreamy vibe to it. The instruments are all organic, but there's this second layer, this small layer of this muted 808 drum underneath the live kit. And again, it's interesting, but it's making me feel uneasy. And I think it's done by design.
hands getting cold, losing feeling is getting
I love it.
Was I made from a broken mold? Hurt, I can't shake. We've made every mistake. Only you know the way that I break. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming
Okay, apparently I've been sleeping on Billie Eilish. This is the absolute best vocal performance I have ever heard from her. This is absolutely wild. It's a touch of jazz. She has like this lounge singer approach, but it is shockingly gorgeous. Now, contrast that with what she's actually talking about here lyrically, and it puts a whole dark twist on the whole thing. It sounds like a conversation she's having with herself, and I think it is. It's raw and brutal. It's relatable. I think she's trying to be strong and she's trying to put on a positive or a brave face, but she's clearly saying things like, don't be that way. Don't fall apart twice a day. I think she's almost numb here. Was I made from a broken mold? Don't be that way. Fall apart twice a day. I don't want to be you anymore. Okay, we're gonna move on here to the next song, My Boy. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to do so because I'm excited as to how nervous this is making me. And I think that's a very good thing. Sure, throw some scat in there. Why not?
My boy's being sus. He was shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. My boy loves his friends like I love my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. What? My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, my boy, he ain't a man, sure as hell ain't honest. My boy's being sus, and he don't know how to cuss. He just sounds like he's trying to be his father.
Who are you? Aren't we all?
Boy's an ugly crier, but he's such a pretty liar. And by that I mean, he said he'd change. My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, my boy, he ain't a man, sure as hell ain't honest. My boy, my boy, my boy, I love my split ends. My boy, love my boy, my boy.
All right, dude, go trip over a knife.
My boy, my boy, my boy don't love me like he promised. My boy, my boy, he ain't a man, sure as hell ain't honest. You want me to be yours, well then you got to be mine. And if you want a good girl, then goodbye. You want me to be yours, well then you gotta be mine. And if you want a good girl, then goodbye.
Okay, My Boy. I think this song is pretty straightforward for the most part. She's talking about some ex-boyfriend that she had that wasn't honest, and obviously it kind of fizzled out. Again, pretty interesting writing on this one for sure. But I think on this one, I'm a little bit more impressed with the production. Yeah, this one's a little bit snarky, but I get it. I understand. It sounds like she's been burned and she's pretty upset by it. But she definitely calls him out and even tells him to trip on a knife. But there are a couple interesting lines here that really kind of gut me. Like she's trying to explain him as being kind of fake or dead, like her split ends, and even compares him to just acting like his father. My boy's an ugly crier, but such a pretty liar. These are some interesting lyrics. The structure is very pretty and kind of whimsical. There's lots of minimalistic, dry tones. When you mix that together with these lyrics and Billie's delivery, you get left with this very haunting song. This is a very good thing for a guy like me. This is something that I tend to gravitate towards and truly appreciate. I grew up on bands like 9 Inch Nails and even a touch of Marilyn Manson thrown in there. I enjoy the theatrics. I enjoy the dramatic music. I enjoy the darkness and I embrace it. But it's not something I really see with newer pop stars. With newer pop stars, everything sounds very polished and bright and chimey. It's been a while since music has made me feel uneasy, and I'm really appreciating it. All right, next one up is Watch. Let's check it out.
Lips meet teeth and tongue. My heart skips 8 beats at once. If we were meant to be, we would have been by now. See what you wanna see, but all I see is him right now. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out.
What a beautiful run.
Watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out. Your love feels so fake. My demands aren't high to make. If I could get to sleep, I would have slept by now. Your lies will never keep. I think you need to blow them out. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you never came back to ask it out. Go ahead and watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out.
Oh, he fucked up. It's so simple but effective.
When you call my name, do you think I'll come running? You never did the same. So good at giving me nothing. When you close your eyes, do you picture me? When you fantasize in my fantasy, now you know. Now I'm free. I'll sit and watch your car burn with the fire that you started in me, but you
Gorgeous.
never came back to ask it out. Watch my heart burn with the fire that you started in me, but I'll never let you back to put it out. I'll never let you back. Let you back. Never gonna let you back. Let you back.
I like how it starts and ends with a match too. So it sounds like some dude was probably playing with her a little bit or stringing her along a bit, and Billie is not big on second chances, it sounds like. Obviously the connection that they had meant something deep, and it kind of fizzled out, and she's very hurt by this. It has that satisfying twist of like revenge that you'd love to have play out, like burning someone's car to the ground that's hurt you in some kind of way. And I think Billie is fantasizing about doing that because she's been burned by him, and she's letting him clearly know that I'm never going to let you back to try and mend these wounds. All right, next one is called Party Favor. The hell?
Hey, leave a message.
Hey, call me back when you get it,
It's mono.
or when you've got a minute. We really need to talk. Wait, you know what? Maybe just forget it. 'Cause by the time you get this, your number might be blocked. Stay and blah blah blah. You just want what you can't have. No way. I'll call the cops if you don't stop.
Oh, the shift.
Call your dad.
I love when music is doing this. It's been this very slow build from, you know, like this mono in like the top left back of your ear with the phone call, and it's been slowly widening, you know, and now we're like shifting into stereo. It's very cool. It's like setting the stage. It's like we're going on some kind of journey together.
And I hate to do this to you on your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way.
This is awesome.
It's not you, it's me and all that other bullshit. You know that's bullshit, don't you, babe? I'm not your party fave.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew that was where this was going.
Now I know we could have done it better, but we can't change the weather, and the weather's coming. Books don't make sense if you read them backwards. They'll single out the wrong words, like you mishear all my songs. And you'll hear stay and blah blah blah. You just want what you can't have. No way, I'll call the cops. If you don't stop, I'll call your dad. And I hate to do this to you on your birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. It's not you, it's me and all that other bullshit. You know that's bullshit, don't you, babe? I'm not your party favor.
They do such a good job of writing music that sounds incredibly simple that's actually very complicated. They pull it off and they make it seem almost effortless. Yes, the song at parts feels kind of campy, but at the same time, like there's this uneasy underbelly to the whole thing, which is very exciting. Now, I'm not sure if she's talking about the same guy that she's already basically kind of discarded at this point, and just doesn't want to give a second chance. And it seems like he might be being a little forceful with trying to get a second chance. And she's saying, look, you got to stop. I'm going to call your dad. I'm going to call the cops. I'm sorry to do this on your birthday, but chill the fuck out, dude. But the whole thing is kind of packaged in this campy, kind of whimsical structure that is very interesting. Man, I've been sleeping on Billie. This is some pretty good stuff, honestly. So she hates to do all this to this guy, but apparently he was treating her as some sort of accessory or party favor. I mean, I get it, man. I'd be pissed off too. I get it. What's next? A song called Bellyache is next. Let's check it out. They're also different.
Sitting all alone, mouth full of gum in the driveway. My friends aren't far, in the back of my car, lay their bodies. Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Pretty soon, looking through my room for the money and biting my nails. I'm too young to go to jail. It's kind of funny.
What is she talking about?
Where's my mind?
Can't help but think of the Pixies.
Where's my mind? Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover.
Just shift.
An expensive fate. everything I do, the way I wear my news, like a necklace.
Ooh.
I wanna make them scared, like I could be anywhere, like I'm reckless.
Kind of scare me.
I lost my mind, I don't mind. Where's my mind? Where's my mind? Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover. What an expensive thing. My V is for vendetta. I thought that I'd feel better, and now I got a bellyache. Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover. What an expensive thing. My V is for vendetta. I thought that I'd feel better, and now I got a bellyache.
It's so difficult for me to kind of guess where these songs are going and the general structure behind them, because it's oftentimes such a journey from where the song started to where it ends. Now, I'm not sure, but did she just murder everybody in this song? Like, she's saying she's sitting all alone with a mouthful of gum in the driveway. My friends ain't very far. In the back of my car lay their bodies. So I don't know if she murdered everybody, but I don't know. And it sounds like she's aggressively going through her room looking for money, possibly to find some kind of escape plan. She's asking where her mind is, which is reminding me of the Pixie song, Where's My Mind? But then down over here, she's talking about biting her nails, and she might be too young to go to jail, and it's kind of funny. So I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a metaphorical murder or if it's something else. Maybe she murdered her lover. She's talking about the gutter where she left her lover. So maybe she murdered her lover and her friends are on the way. I think it's supposed to be a metaphorical murder. She cut this person off. She cut ties with this person and she thought that she would feel better, but now she's stuck with a bellyache. And it's detrimental to Billie. Everything I do, I wear my noose like a necklace. So she's doing these things and she can easily cut people off, but it's going to leave her feeling hollow. I like this line too. I want to make him scared, like I could be anywhere, like I'm reckless. Yeah, she definitely is a little scary. All right, so the next song would be Ocean Eyes, but I've already reacted to that music video. It's available for everybody on YouTube. I'll be sure to link it down in the description box if you're watching on YouTube, and I'll be sure to link it over on Patreon if you guys are watching over there.
I wanna be alone, alone with you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I wanna steal your soul and hide you in my treasure chest. I don't know what to do with your kiss on my neck. I don't know what feels true, but this feels right, so stay a sec. Yeah, you feel right, so stay a sec. Let me crawl inside your veins. I'll build a wall, give you a ball and chain. It's not like me to be so mean, you're all I wanted. Just let me hold you like a hostage.
This is so haunting.
Gold on your fingertips,
Love the bass.
fingertips against my cheek. Gold leaf across your lips. Kiss me until I can't speak. Gold chain beneath your shirt, the shirt that you Nothing hurts when I'm alone. When you're with me and we're alone, let me crawl inside your veins. I'll build a wall, give you a ball and chain. It's not like me to be so mean. You're all I wanted. Just let me hold you. Hold you like a hostage. Like a hostage.
What the fuck? I mean, at its core, it's kind of a love song and it's kind of sweet as well, but it's just done in a very haunting way. She doesn't want to share this person with anybody. She wants them to be just for her. She wants to put a ball and chain around him and basically keep him as a hostage. And you know what's kind of weird about that? I completely understand. Like, I don't want to be creepy and I'm not going to be holding anybody hostage, but I get that way with my wife, you know? Especially as I get older. I don't want to go out and go in this group of people together. I just want to be home with my best friend, with, you know, just my wife, you know, just her. And I don't know, maybe I'm agoraphobic, maybe whatever, maybe I'm an introvert, but that's just, I get it. I understand. I want to just have that person just to me. And I can see it from that angle. But at the end of the day, I don't think this is a hostage song. I think this is a love song, and I think it's really sweet. Yeah, I loved it. That was beautiful. Okay, so I started to listen to track 9, and it appears to be a remix. It's called And Burn with Vince Staples. And I'm not going to include it in this reaction because I just don't want it to throw off the cohesive nature of this album. I want to talk about this album as one long art piece, and my feelings from track 1 to the very end, which I'm going to consider track 8 with Hostage, which is a beautiful ending song. You know, it's really difficult for me to break this album down into the simplest terms that it can be, because I feel like it's a hodgepodge. It's a collection of emotions, and it's kind of off the wall, and it's kind of haunting and whimsical. But on the other end of the spectrum, it's also beautiful and inspiring and just gorgeous. Now, I felt uneasy listening to this album from start to finish, and I think that is absolutely deliberate. We don't get that enough in music. We don't have music that scares us enough. Storytelling and the lyrics are brutally vulnerable. They're dark and honest. And as cool as that is, what's more impressive to me is they seem sincere. These all feel like real situations that I've been in. These all feel like real emotions that I, to this day, currently experience. Now, I knew that she was a younger singer going into this after reacting to Ocean Eyes. She's basically like a teenager. And oftentimes that kind of almost deters me from reacting to things. I mean, hell, what am I gonna have in common with a teenage girl? Well, as it turns out, I think a lot. Yeah, I gotta say, man, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this album thoroughly. I don't think there's enough music out there like this anymore, or at least I'm not being subjected to it in my daily life. And I feel bad for kind of sleeping on Billie Eilish for so long. If I knew it was like this, if I knew it was this creative, if I knew it was actually this good, I would have been listening to her years ago. Yeah, man, it's just a really fun album. I know it sounds weird to call this album fun, but for me, it's very fun. It reminds me of the music that I kind of listened to growing up. Not exactly from a structural standpoint or from a sonic standpoint, but it has the same tones. It has some of the same messages. It has a lot of the same dramatics. But it's done in a new and a creative way, and I can totally appreciate that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna react to the other albums, but before I do that, I think I really wanna check out some of these live performances. From what people have been telling me, apparently she sounds just as good, if not better, live. And people have sent me a ton of different links, so I'm probably gonna check out those performances. Well, guys, if you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help out, and I truly appreciate it. I'll be back as soon as I can with some more reactions for y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful night, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.